Sir, I do believe that you are mainstream.
Sir, I do believe that you are more mainstream.
I do believe that you're more mainstream. That is because leaves are too mainstream. I prefer ficuses made of plastic.
I prefer staring directly into my enemy's eyes.
Staring directly into enemy's eyes is too mainstream. I prefer staring right in the camera, into my viewer's eyes.
Staring into the camera is too mainstream. I prefer staring at the beautiful sky.
Beautiful sky is too mainstream. I prefer the beautiful dark sky.
The beautiful dark sky is too mainstream. I prefer the beautiful ground.
The beautiful ground is too mainstream. I prefer the beautiful underground.
The beautiful underground is too mainstream. I prefer the beautiful trees.
The beautiful trees are too mainstream. I prefer hell.
I prefer Satan is too mainstream.
Satan is too mainstream. I prefer God.
God is too mainstream. I prefer Karl Rove on stilts.
Karl Rove on stilts is too. It's too mainstream. I prefer Warwick Davis on roller skates.
Warwick Davis on roller skates is too mainstream. I prefer Davey Vanity on coke.
Davey Vanity on coke is too mainstream. I prefer Snoop Dogg on weed.
Snoop Dogg on weed is too mainstream. I prefer Hugh Jackman on steroids.
Hugh Jackman on steroids is too mainstream. I prefer Mike Tyson on the rape trial.
Mike Tyson on his rape trial is too mainstream. I prefer Russell Crowe being viewed as an actual actor.
Russell Crowe being noticed as a natural actor is too mainstream. I prefer YouTubers such as Dan Bull.
YouTubers such as Dan Bull are too mainstream. I prefer the quiet channels such as Maxwell TV.
Phones are too mainstream. I prefer ground.
We turn it off first.
Turning things off is too mainstream.
Falling is too mainstream. I prefer random gravity checks.
Get up. Loser. Pine needles are too mainstream. I prefer porcupine needles.
Porcupine needles are too mainstream.
I prefer pipe cleaners.
I prefer syringe needles.
Talking quietly is too mainstream. I prefer shouting.
Shouting is too mainstream. I prefer Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin is too mainstream. Voice Tables are too mainstream. I prefer air.
Air is too mainstream.
All talking at the same time is too mainstream. I prefer kicking over my friend.
Kicking over your friend is too mainstream. I prefer tackling.
More.
Ow! Ah!
Sitting in chairs is too mainstream. I prefer sitting on the floor.
Floor is too mainstream. Floors are too mainstream. I prefer sitting on air.
Sitting on air is too mainstream. I prefer sitting on clouds.
Clouds are too mainstream. I prefer sitting in space.
Sitting in space is too mainstream. I prefer sitting in another dimension.
Al Capone is too mainstream. I prefer Blackbeard.
Blackbeard is too mainstream. I still prefer Al Capone.
Al Capone.
Al Capone. You just got Al Capone.
No.
Get Al Capone! Capone! Text